For me personally, I always knew I was going to be a business owner. When I was 14, I was interested in business. Me, my brother, and a neighboring friend were always interested in business. We would spend like every day after school thinking about business ideas, how we're going to make $1 million, how we're going to do this. One of my first businesses, when I was like 14 or 15 years old, it was a sunglasses retail. And that was back in the day when they didn't even have Stripe and payment processors. You had to actually use an integration called eJunkie, which allowed you to accept cards for goods or services. And I spent every single day for like 2 or 3 weeks to build a website, learn how to code, learn how to rip a template, put this thing together, and then ultimately learn how to do marketing and learn how to find the best branding and graphics and things like this. And then I eventually sold that business. It was acquired by an entity in Florida, and I used the proceeds to that to continue on business. The point is that I knew I would never live a normal life. I was never interested in the conventional route because ultimately any salary employee will be capped at the level of their salary or the future potential increases in salary. You'll always be capped at that result. Whereas an entrepreneur, you can have a low salary to start when you're starting up your business, but if you know a lot, if your knowledge acquisition game is on point, your marketing is on point, your product sourcing is on point, you know how to deliver the product, and you're a good businessman, you can grow that company to a $15 million or $20 million company. And so you'll never get that same kind of return if you were just a salary employee. And there's nothing wrong with being a salary employee, and there's nothing wrong with going to college and pursuing a normal path. But for me in particular, this was never something that I wanted, because I wanted much more out of life, and I wanted to live a particular life that only being a businessman and only being an entrepreneur would be able to accomplish.